Hi, it's Eben. Welcome to the Digital You. In this class, we're going to get started. I'm going to give you a little tour of what we're going to be doing inside of the Digital You. I'm going to talk about some of your bonus programs, and I'm also going to walk you through how to get the most from this course, how to make sure that you get your program, your digital product, your course done. One of the rituals that we do here inside of our trainings is we bring our attention here now. So you'll notice at the beginning of each of our classes, what I'll ask you to do is to first turn off anything around you that might distract or interrupt. Okay, so turn off the cell phone, the text messages, turn off the Skype, the social media. Just turn off anything that might pop up. Don't surf. Don't be looking at your email and so forth. Just shut all that stuff down. It's a good discipline. It's good to just practice doing that. Okay, because these sessions are full of they're jam-packed with tips and tricks and value. Okay, I guarantee you that. The next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we've got something to take notes with. Okay, and you want to write down what speaks to you. All right, so those are the two things that we're going to do. One of the kind of practices that I want you to work on is working in focused blocks of uninterrupted time on the highest value things that you're doing in your life and your business. Okay, focused blocks, uninterrupted. I originally learned about this from Peter Drucker in his wonderful book, The Effective Executive. And now more than ever, we really need to focus. All right, and so at the beginning of our classes, we're going to bring our attention here now. What I want to invite you to also to do is let's just take a few breaths. Okay, so take a few breaths. Just breathe. Feel your body. Okay, come into your body. Feel your feet. Feel your legs. Okay, feel your chest. Feel your back. Feel your arms, your hands. Feel your head. Just attend. And plan to stay here during our time together. All right, I know this is a little woo-woo, but it's important to intend to be present for the training. And we're going to do this at the beginning of each of our classes, and I recommend that you do this at the beginning of each of your classes as well. Okay, so welcome. This is an exciting coaching class to get started with you. It's the culmination of over 15 years of refining and then teaching my methods for creating a successful course or product and online business. Today, I want to give you an introduction and orientation to our time together. So let's shift gears into learning mode. Okay, so we've been in marketing mode during this big product launch, okay, and now we're shifting gears into learning mode. And I want to do this consciously. I want us all to do this. In learning mode, we become interested in both how we learn and what we learn. So, how do you learn best? When do you learn best? What environment do you learn best in? It's important to take responsibility for your learning. Okay, I'm going to take responsibility to try to make sure I do everything I can to teach you. It's your responsibility to learn the best you can. So, I ask here, how do you learn best? When do you learn best? What environment do you learn best in? Some of the classes we'll do will be live, but a lot of the training is study at your own pace. You're going to get modules each week that are going to be assigned to you to watch a video, do an exercise. You'll actually have a couple of those each week. It's important that you set up your life, set up your context, set up your learning environment so that you learn best. And so ask yourself the question, how do you learn best? When do you learn best? And see if you can learn this material when you're the best at learning, when you've got the most learning energy, when you've got the focus, when you've got your attention. I recommend try to do it earlier in the day rather than later in the day, because if you wait till later in the day, other things get in the way, okay? But notice we're going to shift gears into learning mode. Now, I'm also going to, in just a moment here, I'm going to be doing a little bit of marketing because I'm going to be trying to sell you on making sure that you learn this. But I just want you to notice consciously here, I'm going to try to teach by example. I'm going to try to be a good role model here for you. Notice that when I'm in marketing mode, I'm fully in it and I'm really engaged in it. I'm associated into marketing mode and I feel really good about talking people into getting into this course or whatever course that I'm in. But then when it's time to teach, right, we kind of turn that stuff off a little bit and we really get down to transmitting the knowledge from my head into yours. And I'd like to encourage you as you're creating your course, as you're working on your marketing, as you're getting clients, as you're getting students, to also have those two sides of your personality that you're okay with. Okay, one is like marketing and sales mode, and it's okay to be doing promotions, to get excited, to tell people to get involved, to to add bonuses, to say that things are closing down, to really motivate people to get in, and then also to be in teaching mode. Because as we all become more entrepreneurial, which we'll talk a little bit about in this class here, we have to be good at both. Okay, so I want you to model what I do in this class. I'm going to attempt to be a good role model for you of someone who's using these new methods in order to teach. Okay, so the purpose of this class right here, this welcome class, okay, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. The purpose of this class is to sell you on actually using what you learn in the Digital You. Okay, so that's my purpose here, is to sell you on using it, on implementing it. It's not to teach you a bunch of the material that's in the class, all right? It's not to talk about how great I am, all right? It's to sell you, to get you totally convinced that you need to do this, to take what we're about to go through and to implement it. Now, this might be the most important thing you can do in your own course or digital product. Okay, so if you're taking notes, write this down. This might be the most important thing that you can do in your own course or digital product, which is to, at the beginning of your course or product and the sessions, to sell your learner or student or client or customer, to sell them on using what you're about to teach them. Okay, so as you take notes and get motivated, pay careful attention to how I'm setting up the frameworks for learning and implementation. So I don't just want you to watch the content of this class, I want you to watch what I'm doing here, because this class and all the classes that I'm going to teach, they're a collection of 15 or 20 years of learning from great teachers about how to coach, how to teach, how to present material, how to present mental models, and then how to do it in a way that gets people to use them. Because here's the trick. Just because someone signs up for your class, for your course, for your digital product, it doesn't mean that they're automatically then going to implement, that they're going to use it in their life. In fact, most people don't take action, right? Most people that buy a book, they don't actually go and use it. So I want you to use this stuff. And because I know this, I know that I've got to do a little extra sales and marketing in each class to motivate you to go and use what I'm teaching you. All right, so I want you to watch what we're doing here with a little bit of a meta perspective. Okay, don't just take don't just take notes on what we're covering. Watch what I'm doing. Okay, see if you can notice what I'm up to. And at the end here, maybe I'll see if you got it. All right, so play at 100% with me. To win this game and get your product done, you need to play at 100% with me. Okay, so I commit to showing up, okay, to giving you my very best knowledge and training, and to work with you to help you succeed. I'm going to show up. I'm going to be here for all the classes. I'm going to be organized. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to have thought about it a lot, okay? I'm going to have, in some cases, I'm going to be working with people live. Maybe I'll be working with you live. I'm going to have a lot of prep to do, and I've got a lot of thinking, right? And a lot of things that I want to teach you, a lot of new stuff I want to teach you that I've just learned recently over this next 90 days. So I commit to show up and give you my very best knowledge and training. I need your commitment to give this 100% during the next 90 days with me. Okay, so first I need you to make a commitment to yourself, okay? Because until you've committed to yourself, committing to me is kind of worthless. But then I need you to make a commitment to me. So let's just take a moment right now, okay? Because now we're here, we're getting started, we're getting underway. I really want you to think through that over this course, you're going to be learning a lot, okay? You're going to get kind of a lifetime of knowledge from me about organizing what you know, finding your highest value stuff that you've learned, organizing it into a product or a course, and then marketing it. All right, you're going to get this really concentrated download, but what I need you to do is commit to going all the way through and finishing. Okay, not giving up, but really doing it. I really actually want you to do this. I believe that if you go through this course, you learn everything that I've got to teach. You learn about the marketing, you learn about productivity, you learn about how to organize your knowledge into products, how to sell that to people. I think it will change your life. I'm totally convinced that if you really take this seriously, you will not only use this to create a course, but you will start using this through your whole life. I need you to make the commitment that you're going to do it for yourself, for your own reasons. And then I need you to make a commitment to me that you're going to do it. Okay? Because I'm making the commitment to you right now. I'm going to do this, and I'm serious. I'm not just playing around. I'm not, just saying these words. I really mean this. I want us to get into a kind of a two-way commitment here to show up, be here, and give it everything that we've got. Okay? And in fact, I'm going to go back to my little control panel. All right? So how about this? Will you go up to the little question comment box there and say, I'm going to give it 100% for the next 90 days, right? Will you just make a commitment to me and everybody here? I'm going to give it 100% for the next 90 days. I'm going to show up and I'm going to do it. All right. Thank you, Jane, Paul, Nate, Byron, Rita, Dilip, Julie, Nikki, Yassi, Brandon, Shirag, Christopher, Thomas, Zipporah, Amy, Linda, Alexandra, Will, Scott, Alicia, Joselius, VJ, Jessica, Helene, Zoe. Okay, great, awesome. And I see a bunch more that are coming in here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. This really helps me. This gives me a lot of energy. And it makes me excited to do this with you because we're doing this together. And I realize that we can't be in the same room together. We're not doing that kind of a format. I've done large events. Sometimes, in person is wonderful. This is great, though, because it allows us to do this over 90 days. We get to meet regularly. You get to meet with other people on my team. We get to do something unique here. And it's cool if we're both in and we're both committed, okay? And thanks, everybody, for doing that. Speed of implementation. I used to work at a seminar company, and there was a man named Mike Hardwick, who's very, very successful, very smart, wonderful man. He used to speak, and he used to talk about this study that he read about where high-income people, that what they had in common was that they were great at implementing, okay? They were implementers. And that, so here, I'll talk about it here. The quality that separates those that succeed and win from those that don't take action. Okay, it's called speed of implementation. Most people get stuck in paralysis of analysis and perfectionism and don't implement. Instead, winners act immediately on a great idea and they implement, which starts the process of getting feedback. All right, so let me talk a little bit about speed of implementation and just why this is so important. This is so critical. And again, reminder, I want you to model what I'm doing here as I'm doing it. Okay, take this idea of speed of implementation and adapt it over into your world, however it works in whatever you're teaching people. Okay, so watch this at a meta level, what I'm talking about. Most of us have grown up in an environment where we went to school, maybe we went to church, usually we had jobs, okay, where we worked for someone else. Most of us didn't just grow up with no influences from organizations and, these kind of bureaucratic structures and culture. Most of us have come up through a school system. We've come up through oftentimes a religious system, government system, work system. In those systems, and they're wonderful, by the way, we learn so many wonderful things. We learn literacy and math, and we get all these social skills, and, we get spiritual ideas. They have their downsides sometimes, but we get all these benefits. We go to work, we get to learn, okay? They're miracles of the modern age. But one of the things that we don't notice when we go to school and we go to church and we go to our job is that what we need to do there to win is usually told to us. Okay, so here are the rules that you do in order to win this game. If you're going to school, they say, okay, here are the math problems you need to be able to do on the test, and so you go and work on the math problems. And then when the test comes, they give you the test, and you fill it out. Okay? In religions, they have, kind of a code of conduct that you have to follow if you want to, win in that game. Inside of a business, if you get a job, there's a job description, and you've got a boss, and you get training, and they say, here's what you have to do to win. When it comes, though, to creating your own product and starting your own business, those rules don't apply anymore. And in the entrepreneurial reality, maybe 1 in 3 things or 1 in 5 things that we do works out the way that we expect it to. But because we come from that other world, right, from school and from jobs and from these other kinds of environments, we're not ready to have that happen. We don't understand that we have to test things out, be much more experimental, take a more scientific approach. Another kind of downside of coming up through those environments is we don't want to make mistakes, and we don't want to look bad. Okay, so we have fear of making a mistake, and so we become super perfectionistic. Here, we're not going to do that. What I'm going to reward is implementation. And the reason why is that I actually want you to learn. I want you to learn. And learning is not when you get some knowledge in your head and you remember it. Okay, learning is not memorizing random knowledge or data or facts. Learning is when you get some new knowledge or you see someone do something and then you go and you try it and then you see what happens. Sometimes it works out the way that you want, oftentimes it doesn't, but then you have to adjust what you do and you have to try again. Okay, you can watch bowling on TV all day and think that you understand bowling, but until you pick up the heavy bowling ball and realize like, oh my God, this thing's heavy, and then you try to make it go straight down the lane, and then you see what happens, it doesn't all make sense. All right? So this is the way that life works. We don't learn until we try the thing, and then we see what happens in the world, and then we adjust our behavior. Okay, my mentor Wyatt has taught me that learning is behavior change. You haven't learned it until behavior is changed. So this is why we do speed of implementation. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this. I'm going to talk in a moment here about some prizes that I give to do this. There's a little surprise that we like to throw in here to enjoy it. But the point is that I want you to notice, this is so critical, I want you to notice how you learn differently when you take one of the ideas from the digital you and you implement it. Okay, notice how you learn differently when you take the idea and then you try it, whether it works out or it doesn't, and then you go try it again because you refined it a little bit, and then you try it again. Notice how that's a totally different quality of learning. It feels different. It has a different effect on the mind. It has a different effect on the self-esteem when you implement. Okay, so here we value speed of implementation, and because we value speed of implementation, we're going to have speed of implementation prizes. So I'm going to give away 5 brand new iPads during our classes together. Okay, again, this is a surprise. I'm going to give away these implementation prizes to those who are the best implementers of our modules. So we're doing 5 modules here, and we're going to work on a different one every 2 weeks, and we're going to have other things in between. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to write to you before our Tuesday classes, and I'm going to ask you to submit your speed of implementation story to me. And then what I will do is I will go through them, and I will pick the winners, and then I'll announce them live on the Tuesday classes. Okay, because I want to reward implementation. Now, I'm not rewarding just the people that were the most successful. Okay, the person that says, I did my product launch and I made $1 million or whatever. That's great, and we might have some of those folks that we're going to hear from, but I'm really about rewarding the spirit of taking action. Okay, that's what it's about. And I would rather have someone who says, I was afraid to do it and I got outside my comfort zone and I tried the thing, Eben, and I implemented it and I made a piece of content and I put it up on Facebook, and people commented on it and I got some likes and I got some shares and I was so afraid, but I did it. I'd much rather give the reward to that person than someone who says, I've already done 3 product launches and I did another one and I made $1 million. That's great that you did, but I want to reward you. I want to reward you for getting outside of your comfort zone and for trying something new and for being experimental and for learning something by doing. All right. So we're going to do, every time we do one of our modules, we're going to give away an iPad to someone who's the best implementer of that module. Okay. So brand new iPad, I'm going to give them away. Another thing that I want to mention here is each week, each module technically, I'm going to be selecting probably about 3 or 4 people to coach and work with live in these classes. Okay, so you'll get your module, then I'll write to you afterwards and I'll say, hey, send me your speed of implementation story and tell me how you implemented your module. Then what I'll do is I'll pick the one that I think is the best. They'll get an iPad, but then I'm going to pick 2 or 3 more. And these are the folks that I'm going to work with live. All right, so I'm going to work with the folks who implement because that's what makes the most sense. That's how everybody is going to learn the best. And I'm also incentivizing you to make sure that you implement and to send me your story and to really keep you involved. Okay, so this is speed of implementation. You know what? Let's go back over here. All right, so who's going to win one of these iPads? Anyone? Who's going to implement everything that you learn here? And you're going to send me a story each time that we do. Every time we do one of our modules, you're going to take it, you're going to implement it, you're going to use what you learn. All right, who's going to win? All right, awesome. See a bunch of people that are saying Thomas, Linda, Jane, Martin, Abby. Okay, you guys got some competition here. I just want to warn you. But great. Okay, great. All right, Rita, awesome. Okay, yeah. So this is fun. It keeps everyone motivated, and it's a great thing. I was actually in New York a week and a half ago, and I went and had a meeting with a really smart young guy who's got a technology startup, and I was talking to him about potentially advising their business. And I met in one of these fancy new co-working spaces, and it was a delight. 2 different people walked up to me and like recognized me there, and one of them had won, I think it was a MacBook Air that I gave away in a speed of implementation contest in one of our courses, and she walked up and was so thankful and looked like she was really successful. And anyway, it was cool. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to set a why goal for yourself. Okay, we're going to do some good old self-motivation here. Okay, so self-motivation is critical in order to keep yourself on track and focused. As they say, if you have a big enough why, the how becomes easy. So why do you need to finish your course or digital product? In other words, what will happen in your life if you get it done and online? Now, this is for you. All right, this is just a little tip for you. I recommend that you sit down and you think through what happens in your life if you finish your course or your product and then you get it online over the next 90 days. And if you can figure out what it is it more freedom? Is it income? Is it that you want to do this to take the next step in your career? You would like to have some more notoriety. Maybe you want to be famous. What is your specific reason? Okay, what's your goal here? And, you know, as they say, start with why, because it's like if you get the why right, then you're motivated and then you can remember the why. Another thing that you might do is try to get a picture of the why and put it on your desktop or put it on the screen of your mobile device so that every time you look at your mobile device, that's the first thing that you see is a picture of your why goal. Another thing that you might do for motivation is to make a vision board. Okay, so here I just went to Google and just typed in vision board, and you've probably seen these where you just go and you find pictures that are really motivating, and you cut and paste them together, and maybe make a desktop for your computer of all the stuff that you really want in your life. And this keeps you going. This is what keeps you motivated. And 20 years ago, vision boards used to be kind of goofy. I was making them back then. One of the things that I noticed too when I made vision boards is all the cool things that I got later on in my life, whether it was like a nicer place to live or a nicer car or whatever, they originated on the vision boards, like all the way down to like the make and model of the car or the part of the country where I lived or the way that the place that I lived looked. These are very powerful. They do something to the unconscious mind when you get kind of clear. And so again, little good old-fashioned self-help here. Figure out your why and make a vision board and get clear on it now, okay, when we have the benefit of just engaging with this material so that you can keep motivating yourself. You can remind yourself what you want to create. All right, next, the number one priority in business. Okay, so what do you think, okay, is the number one priority in business today? Okay, is it profit, customer service, quality of your product? Is it marketing? Right? What do you think it is right now? In fact, I'll go over here to the comments. What do you think is the number one priority in business right now? Zipporah says profit. Anita says value. Nikki says quality. Mark says marketing. Tadat says make a sale. Paul says the quality of the product. Thomas says adding value to others. Janet says marketing. Lawrence says marketing and innovation. Will says managing change. Linda says customer service. Carol says customer service. Martin says customer service. Alicia says ROI. Faith says all of the above. Gordana says get the most amazing results for my clients. Scott says capacity. Christopher says quality and value to others. Okay, these are all great answers. They're all super high priorities. But I would like to hit you kind of with another angle on this after thinking about it for a long time. I think the number one priority in business is distraction and interruption. Okay, we are inundated by information. Too many things coming at us at once. I believe that distraction and interruption are the number one priority in business, meaning that we must be proactive to reduce and eliminate them if we hope to free up our attention for high-value work. All right, so you get the highest quality attention early in the day when you first start, okay? You get the highest quality attention early in the day. What do most people do with that super high quality attention? What do? You know, I learned this from Jim Lair and Tony Schwartz. They burn it on distractions and interruptions and reading their messages and reading their email and getting caught up in a bunch of things that aren't the high value thing for them to be doing. They make their agenda based on all of this incoming distraction and interruption. All right, and I really believe this, and I have to fight it all the time. I have to work on this all the time. So what we need to do here is we need to free your time and attention. Okay, so we must free your attention and your time. These are the most valuable resources we have. Think about it. If you want to do something meaningful, you must free up attention for it. The name of the game in Wake Up Productive, which is one of your bonus courses, is to free up attention and willpower, then use it to create habits that are automatic. All right, so this is the Wake Up Productive program right here. All right, and this, right, hopefully you've started going through it. Hopefully you've started going through it and you've gone through your orientation. Now we're going through the fast start sessions right now. All right, so you're going to be going through who's gone through their orientations and is going through their fast starts. Yeah? All right, good. See a bunch of people going through them. Excellent. Good. Now here's the thing. When I'm offering the Digital You, to say that I'm also offering a course on productivity, it kind of sounds like, oh yeah, I was, trying to, maybe it doesn't sound like this to everyone, but it kind of sounds like, I'm just trying to throw everything in, and here I got this course on productivity you might like, and I got this other thing. But I want to just point out that Wake Up Productive is not just a course on productivity. It's truly something that is a game changer. It's one of the most important courses that I've ever made. And it's something that if you get into it, all right, it will really start changing how things work for you, okay? It'll really start changing your life. Wake Up Productive is designed around the idea that we need to learn how to create our habits. Okay, we need to learn how to build our habits, and we need to learn how to do that consciously and intentionally. And it's also built around the idea that we need to take our highest quality attention and we need to focus it on the highest value opportunities that we have in our lives. Okay, so our highest quality attention and focus it on our highest quality opportunities. And if you do that, what you will find, I believe, is that your productivity goes way up, but also your quality of life and everything else goes way up, okay? So make sure to go through Wake Up Productive. It's a 90-day course, okay, that we're starting right now, and we're going to do it right along with the entire Digital You course. Now, there's another reason why I want you to watch the Wake Up Productive course. It's because it's one of the coolest formats that I have created. It's a 90-day course. You watch an orientation video, then you go through some short fast starts, then you watch one video a week that's maybe 20 minutes, some of them maybe 30 minutes, and then you do an exercise, and then you use it in your life. So it doesn't take a tremendous amount of time, okay? It's not a huge amount of time. We're going to be sending out your Wake Up Productive videos on Mondays to make sure that you get these, And you'll go through these, once a week. In the beginning, again, you watch your orientation video, then you go through your 5 fast starts and so forth. But what I want you to keep in mind is that this, again, is something that I want you to model. Not only do I want you to increase your productivity and learn how to create habits and learn these things that you're going to be able to go and teach your students, but also I want you to see a model, an example of one of my best courses so that you can see one format if you would like to use it as a kind of success model. By the way, I've completely rebuilt Wake Up Productive. Okay, this is the kind of, it's really kind of the 3.0 version, but I rebuilt the whole thing from scratch. So this is a newer version of it, and it's got great exercises. Everything really works together really well. So make sure and go through Wake Up Productive as we go through the Digital U, okay? This is the key to freeing up your attention and time, okay, so you can build your product and business. One of the things that I want to do for you here is I want to give you back the time that it's going to cost you, okay, that you're going to invest into creating your product, creating your course, creating your business. If I could give you all of that time back so that net at the end of this 90 days, you look back and you say, wow, I actually got back the time that it took me to go through this course and make my product, I would be super happy. Okay, that would make me really happy. And I think it would make you really happy too. So if you only do one thing consistently, follow Wake Up Productive and do the exercises. And when we market Wake Up Productive on its own, right, and it's usually, and I'm giving you the advanced version of the course, it's usually about $500 for this course. If you watch all the videos and do your exercises, you will double your productivity. Okay, that's the promise that I make when I'm just marketing Wake Up Productive all by itself. And I've had many, many people who have come back and said, that's amazing. I actually did double my productivity. And that means that you can either work half as much and get the same amount done, or you can work the same amount and get twice as much done. Either way you want to do this, you can do that. So that's what's up here with Wake Up Productive, and that's why it's important to follow it. All right, next is the Marketing Step-by-Step course. All right, so this is another bonus. This one should be inside of your members area in full. Okay, the whole thing is in there. This is my best course on marketing, and it teaches you from the ground up. Okay, and in this course, you can learn at your own pace. I recommend going through at least 2 to 3 sessions per week, and you will learn how marketing fits into business. You'll learn the mindsets, the psychology, the strategies, the actions. You get templates. This is another course that I just want to call out here for a second. Okay, because when I'm marketing the Digital U and I'm, telling you about all the bonuses that you get, it's one of the bonuses. Again, you could miss it. You could kind of say, oh, okay, he's throwing in some course on marketing. This is not just some course on marketing. I really think this is the course on marketing because it teaches you the all-important psychology of how to think like a customer, how to think like someone who's going to be buying from you. And it's that second positioning, that getting outside of your perspective and getting into their psychological, physical, emotional experience, getting into the conversation that they're already having in their mind, that's what switches you from being just someone that's teaching to being someone that's super compelling, someone that can motivate people, someone that creates things that sell themselves. And we do the marketing together with the Digital U, with the content, with creating your course, because they really go hand in hand. You learn, when you understand the marketing stuff, you create your content and your course totally differently. When you understand how to create your course, you create your marketing differently. Your marketing becomes a lot more educational. Okay, they really work together. Again, this is my best course on marketing. You'll see when you get in here that this is not just a little superficial thing. There's 19 videos, okay, each of them that has summaries, exercises. They've got stuff that you go through and blueprints for doing all kinds of stuff. And you will, when you go through this course, you come out the other side, you will see that this course itself is worth the price of tuition. Each of the bonuses that I give you is, and I really mean that. But this one in particular, it will change how you think about communication with other people and marketing. Okay, so again, that whole course is inside of Digital U. You can get that one. You can just jump right in as soon as you dive in. All right, so the fear of sales and marketing. The big block to sales and marketing success typically comes down to fear. Okay, so we're afraid to act and do what we must do to get someone to invest in our product. We can transcend or go beyond this fear by understanding our customer better and committing to helping them reach their solution. All right, so I like to say that I was a total sales and marketing chicken. I was phobic. I was afraid to talk to people about what I was selling. I didn't want to offend people or, upset them or have them reject me. Once I learned about professional sales and marketing, it all changed. All right. And so this is what Marketing Step by Step is all about. When you really understand your customer and what they need, you can create a product that that has a uniquely valuable solution for them. You also develop the courage to explain the product in a way that is persuasive and motivating. And this is a key to powerful marketing. And you have to get the download. Okay, you have to get the transmission. And once you start thinking differently, once you understand how valuable what you have has, and you understand the kinds of words to put it into for the other person, it makes marketing a lot more interesting, and it even makes it fun. Okay, it makes it fun. Because you realize that people want to buy your course. They really want to, but they're, feeling kind of hesitant. They don't know if it's the right thing. They don't know if they're going to get ripped off, right? And it's up to you to know how to walk them through that. It's very interesting. It totally changes your whole stance, right? When you understand this stuff. So go through Marketing Step by Step. The next thing is learn the models in your blueprint trainings weekly. All right, so you're going to be learning a powerful set of mental models for targeting a niche, creating your course, doing your marketing, and getting customers. Each training session contains a new set of models and often exercises to do to implement. Take each session seriously. Every one is important. And I'll show you a little outline of kind of what the week looks like here in a moment. But the point is that each week you're going to be getting an email that's going to have a blueprint training in it. And that'll be 1 or 2 videos. And then sometimes there's some supplemental stuff and exercises. And this teaches you about one of the modules that we're going to cover. All right. So you'll get 2 modules. You'll get 2 of these blueprint trainings basically for each of the deep modules that we're going to be covering. And then we're going to get on a live class and we're going to go deep with it in person as well here. Well, virtually in person, right? So we're going to do it live. So I just want to recommend to learn the models in your blueprint trainings. Now, we're loading the blueprint trainings up into your members area so you can kind of do a little learn at your own pace. I recommend, we're going to send you messages every week. I recommend to follow the schedule that I send you of these. I have a lot of people that write to me and say, hey, Eben, I want to go through at a little bit of an accelerated pace. So we've decided in this class, it's the first time we're doing it, we're going to load these all up so that if you want to go through these a little bit faster, you can. But you don't need to, all right? So the weekly trainings, I'm going to send you once a week. I'll send you an email that'll say to go through, and I'll give you the links to that one. But make sure and go through these models because each one of them, you'll see, is a set of mental models and their systems and their ways of doing all the different pieces of targeting your niche and asking yourself questions to figure out whether or not this is a good customer for you, to make sure that this is the kind of person that would be interested in buying your product, to make sure that you're identifying the most valuable knowledge, that you're teaching things that people are going to want to buy, that you're doing, your marketing correctly, right? That's all in these weekly trainings. So make sure and go through those. And something I want to point out here too is what I'm really up to inside of the Digital You and most of my trainings is I'm really trying to teach everyone to be more entrepreneurial, right? That's what I'm trying to do, to teach people to be more entrepreneurial. Mark Zuckerberg, right? He did a Harvard commencement speech, right? And he said this in his speech: now we're all entrepreneurial, whether we're starting projects or finding our role. Our culture of entrepreneurship is how we create so much progress. Okay, so it's a culture of entrepreneurship. And nowadays, especially with the internet, we all have to learn entrepreneur skills. All right, entrepreneur skills. And I'll give you some other bonus things. I'm going to give you some surprise bonuses. Let's see. I'm going to give you some good entrepreneur training in this. But the point is that as you're going through Marketing Step by Step, as you're going through these blueprint trainings, as you're going through these trainings here with me, I want you to notice that I'm really trying to teach entrepreneurship. I'm teaching you how to spot great opportunities, how to choose the best ones for yourself, how to create value and great opportunities for other people. All right, so that's kind of my I don't know. That's my agenda behind the scenes. That's kind of secretly what I'm doing. All right, so schedule reminders. On Mondays, we're going to send you Wake Up Productive. Okay, so you're going to be getting your Wake Up Productive videos. You'll get your fast starts, but then you'll, once a week during the bulk of the 90 days, on Monday, you'll get a Wake Up Productive. On Tuesdays, you're going to get your, what we'll call your Eben Live modules and sessions. Okay, your Eben Live modules. So that's these classes. Now, we're going to be doing our deeper module sessions, but then on the alternate weeks, I'm going to teach other stuff. Okay, I'm going to be teaching some new mental models and some new cool stuff. I might be working with some people live in those classes as well. Okay, so those are our Tuesday sessions. We'll be doing that once a week this time. Wednesdays, you're going to get your digital product blueprints. Okay, so those are your weekly blueprint trainings that I just mentioned. On Wednesdays, we'll send out a reminder for you to go through that training. Thursdays are your tech tool trainings with Lou. And then Fridays and kind of over the weekend at your own pace, you can go through marketing step by step. You can catch up on other trainings, etc. Okay, so these are going to be kind of the schedule reminders that you're going to be getting each week, right? Monday, you'll get a Wake Up Productive video. Tuesdays, you're going to get an Eben Live module and session. Wednesdays, digital product blueprint. Thursdays, tech tool training. And then at your own pace, marketing step by step, all right? So you'll have something to do every day, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, some of the longer classes, if we're doing a module, you might be on for like 90 minutes or something with me, but you've just got something to do every day. And then you kind of have your weekend to catch up, study at your own pace. Okay, stay on track with me. Attend all of your classes with me and do the exercises and homework. Okay, we're going to do 5 in-depth live modules, each one about 90 plus minutes long, and I'll probably stay on those pretty long, answering questions. We'll be doing some coaching and things. To build out each part of your product, marketing, and business, it's important to do these things in the order prescribed to get the best results. So let me talk to you about that for a second. Because I'm trying to do a lot more with you here than just creating a book or a course. I'm actually trying to teach you the psychology of how all of this fits together. I'm trying to show you why it's so important to become better at teaching and learning in this modern virtual world, and how I believe this is the future of the knowledge work that all of us are going to be doing. Like, I'm trying to teach us all future-proof skills. And if you go through all the classes with me in order and you stay with me, you're going to see them in sequence, and you're going to learn something that you're then going to use later. And then you're going to use what you learned in both of those in the next thing. Okay, they all kind of stack on top of each other. So really try to stay on track with me, because if you fall too far behind, you're going to jump onto something and it's not going to make as much sense as if you had stayed with me. Okay, so really try to stay on track with me. We're going to record everything that we do live. It'll all get edited. It'll look beautiful. It'll all get uploaded into your members area so that you can catch up if you miss one of the classes or you want to do a review. Okay, but really try to stay on track with me. Learn everything in this program. I want to say again, everything that's included in the Digital You and bonuses is important. Nothing is filler or extra here. Everything fits together with everything else, and each of the pieces works together to help you build your product and your business. It's all part of one business system. Okay, so I haven't just gone and dug under the bed to see what I've got to throw in so that it looks like I'm giving you lots of stuff. Okay, I've got dozens of courses I've created. I don't need to do that. Okay, I am giving you the best of the best, and everything that I selected here is important. Everything is something that you should learn and something you're going to find value, something you're going to go through and say, gosh, that just changed the way that I think about things. It changed the way that I act, it changed the way that I communicate. Okay, so learn everything. Next week, attend the live niche blueprint workshop. Okay, so on Tuesday of next week, we'll be doing our first intensive in-depth live training class. We'll invest about 90 minutes together doing a series of trainings and exercises for niche targeting and category creation. We'll start on time again, so join me. All right. I also recommend you may want to jump in and get a little advanced move on your first blueprint trainings about targeting your niche. You can totally do that if you want to get a little advanced there. Of course, we're going to be following up and sending you all that stuff as it also comes out. And again, welcome. Many, many successful courses, digital products, and online businesses are going to be launched over the next 90 days. Tune into our live classes together. to plug into the energy and see what others are doing. Go through all your training, do your exercises, and remember speed of implementation. When you get an idea, go and use it, implement it so that you can learn by doing, okay? You can learn from experience. You can learn from the feedback. Oh yeah, a couple of people are seeing them in there. Okay, so I thought we had moved that. So if you're having any trouble with Wake Up Productive, because also some people signed up at different times and sometimes it triggers these things a little bit differently, you can just write into help@ebenpagan.com. Okay, help@ebenpagan.com. Michelle says, I went through all 19 this weekend. It was brilliant. Good for you. You are getting a jump on things. That is great. That is fantastic. Let's see. I'm just kind of clicking through these because we kind of reached the end of this time here. You know what, folks? Here's what I want to do. If you have any questions that I haven't answered and you need help, just write into help@ebenpagan.com. Okay, so help@ebenpagan.com. If you need anything, my team over there will get back to you. I'll make sure that you get whatever you need. All right. All right. Yeah, I think I'm getting most of the questions here. Yeah, and if you have anything, I'm seeing a couple of specific things that I don't want to go into too much here. If you need anything, just write to help@ebenpagan.com. All right, everyone. Okay, so who's excited? Who's going to do this? Who's in? Okay, awesome. Thanks, everybody. Oh, this is cool. This is going to be great. I've got the feeling here, everybody is so engaged and into this. I see everybody diving in and going for it. This is going to be good. This is going to really be a lot of fun. Yeah, and again, just join me for these live classes. There's something that happens also when you hear me coaching other people, or if it's you work with me, and you get just not the didactic, the information, but you hear how it works and you see another person implementing. So really try to join me for the live portions if you can, okay? All right, I see everybody saying, Nancy says, I'm excited, nervous, it's all new to me. All right, that's great. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. So we're gonna get started next week. Have a great holiday if you're doing Thanksgiving this week in America. For everyone else, just dive into your content there. And again, if something's a little bit weird, we've got a brand new members area here. Sometimes, your browser or some cookie thing is weird. Just write into help@ebenpagan.com if you need some help. Thanks for tuning in. I am really stoked about doing this with everyone. All right, I will talk to you next week. All right, have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are. All right, bye-bye.